Всем привет! Это игровой канал Стыд и Срам. Это Эркюль Пуаро, детектив. И мы направляемся в дом убийцы. Вот он, прямо здесь.
There is a very pretty village by this name in Cheshire.
Ну что ж, у него, кстати, номер 22, как у второй жертвы. Ну, прежде чем разговаривать с кем-нибудь, можем осмотреться. Ну, смотреть особо не на что.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Erküля Pуаро. Chief Inspector Chap told me that you might be coming.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Какая подозрительная.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said.
Это подозрительная тетка.
And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Cut used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cast asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
That does not help me much. There are hundreds of English towns by the sea. Anything else?
Well, I was only saying. I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Ну что ж, вполне может быть, что он не убийца.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
У нас есть кот. Тюфячок.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Ну что ж, время осмотреть
I
комнату.
need the... There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Так,
I
ключ.
should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Значит, комната 102. Что сказать? Ну что ж,
I have something to say.
почему не хочешь... А, вот. Сначала оглядеть ее можно.
This woman appears to be in a good mood.
Ну, у нее радостный взгляд, он делает картошку чистит.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Custer was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
Какая подозрительная.
You
Незаконная
rented the same
драка.
room to two people. Very profitable, but quite illegal.
But I didn't harm anyone. I was only helping everybody out.
Ну что ж, пойдет он или не пойдет в комнату. Так, вот она. Комната предполагаемого убийцы.
The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles
Газета.
referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Trousers, white shirts, everything has been washed very well.
Но все-таки, может быть, он действительно был не убийцей. Зеркало. Пуаро любит зеркала. Что это?
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher.
Такой
The
же, как
subject
первая
would
жертва.
probably be useful to me.
И это
Diethyl
что такое?
barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Конечно, пригодится мне. То, что такое пригодилось. Я сначала опия, а потом этого лекарства. Кошке дал. Кошки ведь любят.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Так, что здесь не так? Я думаю, еда. Одежда.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Так, а у нас есть машинка. Самый важный улик.
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Но с другой стороны, есть способ гораздо проще. Можно просто проверить его машинку.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it? The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it.
Вот я уже вижу букву I.
The ribbon is jammed.
Так. Здесь отверточкой можно, наверное, открутить чуть-чуть.
The right-hand heel has been removed. The left-hand heel has been removed. And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Так, на этой машинке
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? Cust is parsimonious.
Слишком
He
банально.
keeps his pencils and sharpens them until
Может
there is
быть,
nothing left. It is
скелета
clear
в
that he
шкафу
did not grow up in
спрятано.
luxury.
Ножик.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon.
Упора
The
нет.
subject would
Не оружие
probably be
убийства.
useful to me.
Упор должен быть. Просто кухонный нож.
It's an ABC. It's an...
Ну, ABC это понятно, но посмотреть на нее.
War of 1914. An army dispatch. Wounded on...
Бывший военный.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Так, у нас тут много справочек.
ABC guys.
Может
Enough
быть,
to
его
sign
все-таки
about a
хотели
dozen
подставить.
murders.
Я все-таки надеюсь, что...
It's closed.
Надеюсь, что все-таки не так все банально, как хотят нам показать. Надеюсь,
This knife is very useful. Stockings.
Все вроде бы должно указывать, что он убийца. Но у меня с каждым уликой все больше подозрений. Я не верю в это. Может, не должно быть так банально.
This
Так,
dark stain.
у нас есть
It
кровь.
could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Итак, где находился Каст во время убийства в Бексе, в городе на букву Б? В начале июля. Так. В начале июля. А нет, где наш газет был? Вот так. Очень даже может.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see. Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Посмотрим нашего эксперта.
I had best talk to Chap.
Не хочешь нам смотреть, просто говорим.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Итак, мог ли он всех убить? Он был в 3 городах одновременно. Или не одновременно, в день убийства. Что у него общего? Справочник. Машинка. Наверное, ножик. На нем была кровь. Он соврал. У него есть газета.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Вот какая полиция бегает на поводу у Пуаро. Говорит, я хочу улики взять. Он говорит, да ладно, забирай. И очень такой продвинутый Пуаро.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Итак, мы допрашиваем подозреваемого. Сначала смотрим его.
This man is not in good shape.
Он нервничает, трясется. Я сомневаюсь, что он убийца. Как он мог вторую тетку соблазнить? Просто без вариантов.
He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him.
Все-таки думаю, нет. Вряд ли это мог быть он.
What do you want from me?
Good day, ABC. Do you know who I am?
Someone who's got it in for me.
I am Hercule Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Ну, могли подкинуть. Да,
Très bien.
полиция.
You did not hide these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
I do
Я не
not
верю, что
believe
убийца.
that you are capable of murder, Mr. Cast.
I hope not.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Of course,
Что ж,
you
я
never
думаю, что он
considered
невиновен.
killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No, no, never.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
Ну что ж, можно сказать, что разработчики почти оправдались.
Poor man. He is in no...
Так, у него тут средства есть. Можно его дать.
Laudanum, a medicine...
Держи.
Take
Не
this.
кашляй.
It will help you.
Thank you. Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Надо о работодателе говорить.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Ну что ж, виноват
Let's see.
работодатель.
The company
Что
you
же это
claim to
может
work
быть?
for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
Ну что ж, думаю, что письма эти написали, заранее все просчитали, а потом дали ему машинку.
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
Неужели там яд, лекарство? Что ему опиум надо дать. Держи.
Take this. It will help you.
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Так, у нас новая задача. Нам надо поговорить с инспектором. Но об этом. Этим мы займемся в следующей серии. Всем пока.